broadcasting
From the top.
live from the campus of Holyoke Community College. This is 103.5 WCCH, the best in variety. At least we're not going to have to worry about Pat having that part get cut out in a little bit. So,
Woo.
we're back with Pat and Al. And it's been a few weeks. Pat's got some time off. Plus, he's been busy, so I'll give him a little credit.
Don't mind me.
And then the last couple weeks have been great. Actually, we're going to get a new guest, which we will not say until she comes on in a half hour. Today, actually.
She might be rescheduled till next week, but we do have a special guest coming.
Oh, okay. So if it's not this week, it'll be next week, folks. But we'll just have to wait and see in the next 25 minutes. But back with Midday with Raj, part 11. I know, wow, it's the 11th episode.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like it was, 2 months ago since we've started this. So
let's go.
Well, NBA playing. I just started the NBA playing. Golden State is playing the Rockets. They ended up beating the Grizzlies last night. So they will be starting their playoffs on Sunday against the Rockets in Houston, the number 2 seed. All the NBA playoffs start this Saturday, actually, Pat.
Oh, okay.
The Magic will be playing the Celtics starting Sunday. For you Celtics fans out there, Pat, I know you're a huge Celtics fan, so just thought I would give you the heads up.
All right, mark the calendar.
So for the playoffs, we got the Bucks, Pacers, the Clippers, Nuggets, the Pistons, and the Pistons got. We got the Pistons, and the Knicks. We got the Timberwolves and the Lakers, and Warriors, Rockets, and obviously I just mentioned the Celtics and Magic. TBD for Cleveland. I know that they're waiting on somebody, but Cleveland is a team to be TBD on. I saw that yesterday. So, but Pat, give me some runsdowns. What do you think is going to happen starting this Sunday or Saturday and Sunday in the NBA playoffs?
Oh, that's a tough one, Al. Let's start with the Celtics, just because, that's probably my number one team. I think they're going to take the series.
Quick note, too, Magic fans, and usually when people say this, it's not even just the Magic, but teams in the last few years, chanted after they beat the Hawks in the play-in last night, we want Boston already. So
no, you don't.
Last time you say that, a lot of times when people say that don't go well. So just be careful what you wish for because you're going to get it. So
we want to sweep, Magic fans. And guess what? That's not going to be what's coming because I'm thinking the Celtics are taking this one in a hard-fought series. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I'm going to say this one goes all the way to 7 games. I think the C's pull it out at the end, though.
No, Celtics in 7, really?
I'm going to say Celtics in 7, and here's why, Al. They've had some trouble against the Magic in the regular season. One of the only teams they've kind of had some struggles against. Maybe it's a matchup problem. Wow. I think they're like 1-3 on the season versus the Magic.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
One of those sleeper teams you don't want to see in the first round. I still think they eke it out, though. Celtics in 7. Bam. Book it. Get on DraftKings.
Pat says Celtics 7. Celtics in 7.
Yep.
I'm going to say Celtics in 5.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, sweep could be possible, too, but I'm calling season 5. The Magic are way over their head. They're already chanting crazy and saying this stuff not even before the series hasn't even started. So, I don't know, Pat. I guess they're just trying to get hype, but I don't think it's really going to last more than 4 or 5 games. Now, you kind of shocked me when you said 7. I mean, regular season doesn't really matter now because now it's everyone's 0-0.
True. Wipe the records clean. Playoffs, baby.
So, but this time of season's fun. So we did cover the Celtics. You can cover my team, Golden State. They still got the Rockets starting the series this Sunday in Houston, Game 1.
Ooh, okay.
What do you think? What do you think, Pat?
You know what? I'm going to say, and not just to be a homer, I'm going to say Golden State pulls off the upset. Golden State in 7, baby.
I got it. Wow. 2. So the Celtics in 7 against the Magic and the Warriors in 7 against the Rockets.
Yep. About to be a gritty start to the postseason.
I like where you're getting, Pat. This is interesting. And you know what, Pat's mixing things up here. I wasn't expecting any of this.
Yeah, no easy buckets. No easy buckets. Protect the paint.
We got. I'm gonna say this one. I'm going Warriors, and I'm gonna go Warriors in 6. In this one, I know maybe 7 would have been because they're facing the second seed. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're no slouches.
This is. I mean, there's no what's it called? There's no cupcakes anymore. This is the playoffs.
Nope.
So
wake up.
Yeah, exactly. So we covered the Celtics and we covered the Warriors. We got the Timberwolves and the Lakers, Pat.
Ooh, Timberwolves, Lakers. I'm going to go with the Lake Show in this one. I'm going to say Lake Show in 5.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So Pat's going with the Lakers in 5 against the Timberwolves.
You know me. I'm a Braun fan. Braun all the way. Braun for MVP every year.
I'm going to back LeBron and the Lakers on this. You know, I feel like they're going to take it. I think that this series they'll win. I think they're going to win in 6 games.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Heard.
I know that's my twice. I said that twice now. I said that about Golden State, and now I've said it about the Lakers. But I'm going Lakers in 6 against Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. So, and we also got what else do we got? Pistons and Knicks.
Ooh, Pistons, Knicks. This one's a little tougher. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Knicks. I'll say the Knicks in 6, baby.
Knicks in 6.
Ain't no tricks.
I'm actually rhymes, but I think here, Pat, I'm gonna go opposite of you. I think I'm going Detroit here.
Okay, I can see that.
I think I'm going Detroit in 7.
All right, I see that. That's gonna be a close one, I think.
Yeah, I think all these series are gonna be fun.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt, no doubt.
What else do we got? We got 2 more. We'll go with the Bucks and Pacers.
Bucks and Pacers. Now it gets really interesting. The 4-5, they're almost like identical. I'm gonna say the Bucks. I'll take the Bucks in 7 on this one.
Oh.
Is Giannis hurt? Is he in it?
I believe he's
okay. Yeah, Bucks in 7. Book it.
Fine, yeah.
Book it.
I don't know. Halliburton's a good player though for the Pacers.
Oh, true.
Not bad. I mean, but one player doesn't make the entire team though.
No.
I don't know. This is kind of a tough one for me. I'm kind of mixed up with both mixed opinions. You know, I'm backing the Pacers here. Maybe they go with the upset. So I know that they're both the 4 and 5 seed, but anything can happen in playoffs.
Yeah, those are almost interchangeable, I feel like.
That's what I was gonna say too. Actually, like it's like identical. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'll go Pacers, and then we got Clippers and Nuggets. So Harden against Jokic.
Oh, I'm definitely taking the Nuggets on this one. I'd be surprised if the Nuggets don't take it. I'm gonna say Nuggets in 5 on this one, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
James Harden's soft.
No, you heard it here.
Yep. Straight up.
Jokic has had a really good season. I mean, he's had so many triple doubles consistently.
Yeah, I love the Joker, man.
I honestly think that he's a front runner, hands down, for the MVP. A friend of mine told me the other day that they wouldn't be shocked if the league gives it to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, though. I don't. If I was given the award out, I would give it to Jokic for sure.
Wait, didn't he take the last 2 or something, though? Not that he couldn't get a third, but I feel like the league might just want to switch it up.
Mix it up a little bit.
A little
I get
Stern,
that, but
fixing it.
Here's my thing. It's just like, I feel like Shai's a flopper, to be honest. And, like, that's my thought on it. I don't know. I think Jokic deserves it a lot more, but I think that, I'm still predicting that they give it to him, but I wouldn't be shocked if they hand it to Shai.
Yeah.
I think Jokic deserves it a lot more. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. That's a tough one.
No, it is though. But like, I wouldn't be surprised. But Jokic deserves it a lot more, in my opinion.
The Joker, man. Woo.
Triple doubles this year have been crazy for him too.
Yeah, he's unreal. He's a great player.
You see that full court shot he hit like a few weeks ago? Like,
no,
dude, I think he was like right here, and like he just zooms it all the way down the court.
Oh my God.
And banks it. I'm pretty sure.
Da-na-na.
No, that had to have been on the top 10. There's no way.
For sure.
But no, exciting time, NBA playoffs, Pat.
I love it.
It's gonna be fun.
I'll finally start watching again.
Oh, for sure.
Bandwagon LaBelle.
It's the time of year where it gets like so fun though. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Absolutely. So we covered all the series.
Oh wait, in OKC, did we do OKC? OKC versus what is it, Dallas, or is it the Kings?
Dallas.
I think we might have missed one.
We had to have missed one series. I'm about to check that out right now.
Let me see.
For those of you listening, we were listening to 103.5 WCCH. Me and Pat are checking one thing out real quick before we continue. Let's go, Pat. Let's go see what's up, bro. Let's go. It's got to be on Sunday then. TBD for the Thunder and Cavs.
Oh, so those are both still up in the air. All right. There you go.
Well, we'll be patient, see how it goes.
There you go.
But no, exciting time. Playoffs are going to be great. So buckle up. It starts Saturday. So
I'll be watching.
get
Yeah,
ready.
let's go.
Celtics and Magic starting Sunday. And same with the Warriors and Rockets starting this Sunday as well. So, but, of course, all the other playoff series that we just covered. And then we got right now, Pat, what do you think, bro? I mean, and then sooner rather than later, NHL is going to be starting with playoffs too. I think that's coming up. I think the Bruins just played their last game the other day, actually.
Did they make it?
No.
Yeah, they fell off hard at the end of the year. Sheesh.
So, NFL Draft, Pat, is not tomorrow, but the following Thursday.
Oh, all right. Draft day, baby.
What do you got, Pat? What do you think's going to happen?
Oh, anything can happen in something like this. I'm saying the Pats take Travis Hunter.
So Travis Hunter, the wide receiver / corner from Colorado, goes number 4 to the Patriots.
Yeah. Oh, and I think I saw something. He wants to play both. I think that's a little loony, though. He's got to pick one.
I don't know. He's a weapon either way. He's a true 5-tool player. In my mind, besides, it goes him and Aldu Carter right now, probably the 2 best players in the draft. But you got a guy like Travis Hunter on your team, and you match him up with Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis, that the Pats just got recently too. You put those 3 together.
Yeah.
That could be a force to see. Possible to fall to 4. I don't know what the Giants are planning on doing. I know they have the 3rd pick, but, I mean, they need a future quarterback, and these guys, I think my friend put it to me the other day, they're more journeymen. They're not guys you're expecting to be crazy. Yeah. This quarterback draft isn't really selling me like that, Pat.
No, me too. There's no one that really jumps out at you.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, these guys don't sell me at all.
Yeah.
And if we're talking last year, if you watch the show called Hard Knocks, the Giants had a Hard Knocks season last year. The Giants almost sold their entire future for Drake May. Now, that would have been crazy to see if that happened. But if that happened, and I wouldn't have minded it, because Drake May belongs where he was, but if he was a Giant, we wouldn't have Malik Neighbors today.
Yeah, facts.
You look at that, and guys always end up where they're supposed to be. I just felt like Drake May was always known to be going to New England, but
yeah,
things would be different if that happened, though. I don't know, Pat. I don't really. This quarterback draft, my friend put it clear as day. They're journeymen, so I don't really know how I feel about this whole situation.
And even Big Al, I gotta say too, like I want him to take Travis Hunter just because that's like a fun pick, exciting pick. But I'm not gonna lie, it might not be a bad idea for them to shore up the offensive line because they had a pretty horrible line last year. And what good's a quarterback if he can't throw the ball? You know.
I was gonna say maybe that could be something that the Pats do in the second round.
True. Maybe someone like Will Campbell out of LSU.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think Will Campbell I think he's gonna be a first round pick.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never know. Guys get scattered out in the draft. So.
Facts.
But I don't know. I mean, the draft's gonna be cool. It's always fun. Especially the first round.
And a high pick too. I mean, that's
the Giants have had a high pick in this top stuff for like so long. Just to be fair, they just haven't been good in so long. So that's why they have the picks like that they have. Mock drafts have been kind of interesting, weird lately. I think one of my friends was trolling me a few weeks ago, Pat. He he said that Jalen Milroe, the quarterback from Alabama, I think he was just doing this to bust me a little bit.
All right, yeah,
to have Jalen Milroe, the quarterback from Alabama, go number 3 to the Giants, and I'm like, yeah, that's not.
No, that's Looney Tunes.
Not happening because he's not going to like the second round.
No,
maybe even more. I would be shocked.
Literally fire the front office if they do that.
I'd be shocked if that. No, there's no way.
No.
But of course, he was probably just doing that to get me, a little agitated.
Troll.
But it was definitely a troll.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Giants need a quarterback for the future. These guys might not sell me like that, but I mean, doesn't mean guys like that can't go in and play well in the NFL though.
Straight
but
up.
the thing is, college and the NFL are not the same. So
Facts.
you can't compare an apples to oranges comparison. You're comparing the professional sport to college is insane. So, and they're not the same animal. They're two different atmospheres. They're two different arenas. They're two different types of football.
The big boys in the NFL.
Exactly. So it's either put up or shut up, basically. Yep. And do I think that the Giants get Sanders? I mean, we could. I would like that. I want to see how he would do in a Giant uniform. I know his dad was like, "Oh, I don't really want him to go to New York, though." Well, to be fair, it's not your decision where he goes.
Yeah, he needs to relax a little bit, in my opinion, too.
It's you. Here's
Let your son be his own
There's
man.
an old saying: you get drafted where you get drafted.
Yeah.
So
I don't like that.
whether you like it or you don't, you have to respect it. You don't control where your kid
Deion
goes.
Helicopter Sanders. I'll say it. You're listening to 103.5 WCCH Midday with the Raj, baby.
But I'm being honest, Pat. I'm telling you, man.
Yep.
It's just put up or shut up, and you go where you go. So there's so many different scenarios that could happen in the draft. For crying out loud, Cam Ward, the quarterback from Miami, could get drafted at number 1.
Yep.
Abdul Carter could go number 2 to Tennessee, because Cleveland's 1, Tennessee's 2, Giants 3, Pats 4. So those two guys can be off the board, and then Hunter and Sanders are still there. But there's so many different situations and scenarios that can happen. We just don't know. And here's the other wild thing: trades in draft night are crazy.
Oh, facts.
So be on the lookout for trades in the draft, because they happen all the time.
Yep, that phone's gonna be ringing.
So don't be surprised if crazy trades happen, because they happen all the time. So just be aware of that. I know that's kind of something we've left out for weeks, but be aware, Pat, because that happens every time.
Yep, you see the breaking news.
And then
Bottom of
there's
ESPN.
a phone call coming up, and they
Yep.
just call it up, and they figure stuff out. But I'm just saying that's another thing to watch out for.
Yep.
And having the 3 and 4 pick, you're almost guaranteed. You're gonna take. Here's how it works: you take the best available player, but you're almost guaranteed to get a good player.
True.
You're at 3 and 4. I mean, different situations, different scenarios can happen in this. But you're going to either way, and it doesn't matter where you pick, you're getting the best available player.
Yep.
You got to get what you need, too. The Giants know that Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston isn't their future. For crying out loud, Jameis Winston got a couple years, but he's going to be on the bench most of the year. Unless if whoever we draft, because I'd be shocked if we don't get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Whoever we draft, depending on our offensive line, too. The only way I see him playing is if our O-line just can't help, and, those guys are cooked with Wilson and whoever we take for a future quarterback. Because the only reason the Giants kept Daboll and Schoen is to teach a young quarterback, and that's the only reason why they have a job right now.
Yeah, they're mentors.
So Wilson and Winston will be there to guide them. Whoever the Giants draft, don't be shocked if Russell Wilson starts the first few weeks. And then after that, you hand it off to your rookie quarterback.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Depending on your record, depending on where you are. But if you're in the bottom of the barrel, you're not going to keep those guys in. That's where you let the kid play. That's where you let them develop. That's the only reason why those guys have a job right now. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, let them make some mistakes. That's the only way to learn.
I don't even think half of this is their problem. They just don't have the best roster management and roster construction either. The Giants are poorly constructed.
No, they're rebuilding for sure.
They've been rebuilding for years, though. That's the thing. I mean, rebuild is one thing to say, but the Giants have been rebuilding for a million years, 12-something years.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
You wasted the 6 years on the wrong quarterback.
That'll do it. Yeah, and they just kept digging the hole deeper,
and then
too.
They
Oh,
lost
my God.
Saquon Barkley, and then
Bad
he wins
decision.
a Super Bowl in the year.
Whoops. To a division rival. Whoops.
That's even worse. So, a rebuild's, I guess a little bit of a stretch. Yes, I guess I can say.
Maybe they just stink.
It's a that they do.
Yeah.
It's just a continuous rebuild. But what do you think, Pat? What else do you think? You said Travis Hunter's going 4, but what else do you think the Pats need?
Pats need a lot. I'd say the biggest thing's probably It was nice picking up Stephon Diggs. So they got a little help at receiver.
Oh,
Travis
that's
Hunter.
gonna be a big help for sure.
He'll shore that up if they take him. Definitely, other than that, I feel like it's O-line all the way. I mean, Drake May taking a beating last year, and he was still putting up decent numbers, but, like, they got to protect him. He's the future. So I'd say O-line, probably the biggest thing for the Pats.
100%.
And I'm excited for the Pats this year. I think they made a lot of good changes in the offseason, especially with their leadership. I think Mike Vrabel's a good coach.
I think he's gonna
Knows the organization, knows the Patriot way. Get us back in the playoffs at least. We'll take it.
I think he's gonna lead you guys back, and he's a good leader.
I'm not expecting Super Bowl, Al. Just a
No,
playoff appearance.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
Be reasonable.
I'm being reasonable. I think that he can bring you back to the playoffs.
Me too.
And he's
Positive
a
vibes.
good leader, former player.
Yep,
So,
great player.
Getting
Loved watching him.
McDaniels back was huge too. So.
True. Knows the system already. He'll be able to just seamlessly transition right in. It's going to be great.
Having those guys together too, and I think that the Pats knew obviously. Gerard Mayo.
The Mayo man was not the fit.
That wasn't the fit.
My God.
I think we've discussed this a bunch of times. I'm pretty sure when a half hour after the game, he got fired. So
which is tough. Sheesh.
Well, they didn't wait. Kraft and the owners didn't waste any time. They knew They knew exactly what they were doing. But we're not gonna get.
Might as well have done it during the frickin' handshake. My God.
But I mean, they probably weren't saying the most kind things to him, but
yeah, cold world, baby. Bundle up.
That's for sure. But no, I mean, Pat, it's gonna be exciting. Draft day is always one of the exciting days of the year. Always one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
But
new beginnings.
It'll be fun to see where everybody ends up. Especially with the Giants and Pats having back-to-back picks right next to each other. Giants have the 3, Pats have the 4. So identically right in line with each other. So, but it'll be cool. Different scenarios, different things will happen. Me and Pat will definitely be covering it. Actually, we won't be because it's the day after my show. It's always on a Thursday. So
but we'll get to it.
We'll get to it in the weeks coming. I'm sure
we feel like it.
I'm sure we'll both be really excited either way what happens.
No doubt.
And I'm really looking forward to it because draft day only happens once a year. So.
Yep.
But all right, I'll take my first break, and then we're gonna come back with a little PSAs and cover a little Major League Baseball. So, and we'll be back in about 5?
Yeah, that sounds good. Wait, before you do, I'm going to make a quick plug. I know you'll do some PSAs later in the show, too, but I just want to give a special shout-out to HCC Theater Department in True West. Tonight is the opening night, 7:30 in the Black Box Theater, room 111, angel number, Fine and Performing Arts Building. It's going to be $5 for HCC students, faculty, staff, $10 general admission, $8 for seniors. They've been working really hard down there. Shout out Isabel. Shout out Steve. Shout out the whole crew, cast and crew. It's going to be awesome, and I'm going to be there. So pop out, everyone. All right, that's all I got.
What time is this taking place?
7:30 tonight, tomorrow, and then there will be a Saturday matinee at, I think, 2, I want to say. Hopefully I didn't make that up.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the case. So pop out to one of them. There's going to be a bunch. It'll be fun.
Sounds exciting. So the songs I got today, before I do go on break, songs I got today. Got Him for the Weekend by Coldplay. I got Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
Ooh.
I'm gonna mix it up a little bit today.
Shakira.
And Invisible by MGK.
Oh, okay.
And I got Hey Y'all by Outkast.
All right. There we go.
Quite a mix of variety, but stay tuned. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with Midday with the Raj.
Let's go.
And welcome back to Midday with the Raj, part 11. That was Hips Don't Lie by Shakira and Invisible by MGK. So we're going to do a PSA, or one or two. We're going to go with the Connecticut, Western Massachusetts Gamblers Anonymous website. Find gamblers and anonymous meetings in Connecticut's Western Mass, ctwmaga.org. The website includes basic information on problem gambling and gamblers. Anonymous, the meeting directory for Connecticut, Western Mass, referrals for related websites, including Gammon. What is that, Pat, exactly?
Which one?
Right here. What
Oh, Gamblers Anonymous.
Okay. And the International
Me.
Gamblers Anonymous office. I didn't realize that's what GA stood for. I don't know why.
Yep.
Members of anniversary, dates, news, and upcoming events, such as open meetings, also information for administrating Gamblers Anonymous groups, such as forms and documents can be found under Enter Group. To contact us, use ctwmag@yahoo.com. The helpline phone number is 855-222-5542. That's 855-222-5542. Now, Pat, you said you wanted to say something before you get back to the script, something about a vinyl.
Oh, yeah. Before we get back into the show here, I just want to give a quick State of the Union at the station. Had a great day this past weekend, Saturday into Sunday. It was Vinyl-thon here at the station. 24 hours of only vinyl record on 103.5 WCCH, Holyoke, Massachusetts. So shout out to all the DJs who made it happen. It was pretty electric and really fun. So thanks for everyone for making it happen. Woo! Vinyl-thon. Woo!
Sounds exciting.
Yep.
Wish I was here, but I was working. So
Working man. Working man's the tough guy. Facts.
that is true, though.
Yep.
So
Shout out Bronx Tale.
yeah, about 20 minutes left in the show. Pretty decent comeback for me and Pat back together this week
Let's
so
go.
far.
Let's go.
So, but we can't finish the show without Major League Baseball. I know.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Don't even mention it after yesterday.
I mean, we'll get to that in a second.
God.
But next week we'll definitely mention because I'm sure NHL playoffs are starting soon too. So I'm sure next week in the script we'll add that too, so we can get intel on. Obviously, the Bruins didn't make it, obviously. But next week we'll get intel on games, times, and etc. We'll let you know.
Yep.
But back to Major League Baseball. Yankees won the series against the Royals. They have one more tonight, looking for the sweep. We got Clark Schmidt making his debut for the Yankees tonight. He was on the IL for a little bit, but he will be pitching tonight as the Yankees try to get a sweep, as the last few series have been tough. They've lost the last 3 consecutive series in a row, but they are 10-7 currently. And then after this, they have 4 games with the Tampa Bay Rays at their spring training facility, George M. Steinbrenner Field. For the Red Sox, last night...
There was no game last night. Nope.
The Red Sox won last night. You're talking about the day. You're talking about the day before.
Oh yeah, day before.
Alex Bregman went 5 for 5 last night.
Oh yeah, there was a game last night. Yep.
What do you think, Pat?
There's no game the day before.
The Sox
that.
won 7-4. What do you think, Pat? Bregman 5 for 5, huh?
We'll take that. Hey, Bregman needed that from him. My goodness.
First career 5 hit game.
Yeah, that's crazy. 5 for 5 is honestly unreal.
And 2 homers too.
Yeah, he had a huge game. That was awesome to see. Shout out Bregman. I always had faith in you. I don't care what they say about you.
But definitely a huge part.
And good bounce back after losing. I'm joking. They lost 16-1 on Monday.
He will not
Sheesh.
be in the main event. Or not main event. Did I say main event? Oh, my gosh. He will not be in the lineup tonight because he is on maternity leave because his second born is here.
I saw that. I totally support that, too. Some things are bigger than baseball.
And that's definitely bigger than baseball.
Yeah, your son.
Son being born second, too.
Woo.
Congratulations.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out Bregman
Bregmans.
and his family and his wife.
Yeah, let's go. Take that.
Congratulations. Sox are playing tonight again against Tampa Bay at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Sox take it. I'm going to say they end up
Sox
taking
take
the series. Yep.
Because then the Sox come back home maybe with a little bit of payback on the Chicago White Sox that took 2 out of 3 against them last week. So
Yeah, that'd be nice.
no. MLB, of course, only about now it's 19 games into the season. So we got so much time to go. So far it's been up and down for both our teams.
Seriously,
10-7 and 9-10. So, but of course, that's so meaningless right now.
Yeah.
19 games into the season, we a few of my friends the other day, I'm like, oh, this is like worst team in the league right now. I'm like, you're 19 games into the year, bro.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Why are you? And then the next day, the Sox win the game. You're like, oh, Bregman's so good. And then I hear this, and I'm like, a day later, you're like, they're like the greatest thing on earth.
Yeah, they're going
So-
whichever way the wind blows.
But like, I'm like, dude, that's like me saying when the Yankees were like 5-10 like 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh, they're done already. Oh, they, like 15 games a year. Week later, they win like 6-7 in a row.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, it's
But-
early.
But like, dude, you can't say who the worst team in the league is right now.
Not even out of April yet.
Not even out of April. And you're already like judging them already.
And just look at the American League, Al. Right across the league, there's no team that's running away.
Dude, I mean-
even the first place teams right now are 10-7.
That's what I said.
10-7 across the board.
Like, there's not really. it's not
Nobody's
even-
separating themselves
yeah,
yet.
Exactly, and there's not like anyone that really like sells me like that so far. So, but yet again, like Pat said, 19 games into the year, long way to go. We can't just keep saying that now. But we gotta look at the pitching matchup. Who's pitching tonight for the Red Sox, Pat? We're gonna do the pitching matchup here. If those of you are listening, we're at WCCH 103.5, the best in variety. Tonight it is Clark Schmidt versus what's this guy's name? This guy's name is
Schmitty.
Chris Bibick for the Royals, and Clark Schmidt, yes, making his debut tonight for the Yankees. Not his actual debut, but his 2025 debut, because he's been on the IL for a little bit. Actually, there's games going on right now, Pat, speaking of which.
Oh, wow. Live update?
Live update. You know what? I did a little live update last week, and you're going to like this one where I say where it's brought to you by.
Let's
Scoreboard
go.
update is brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. Go to get a Honda right now. In the MLB, currently, the Atlanta Braves have no score on the Toronto Blue Jays. Spencer Strider making his first start of the year for the Atlanta Braves, going up against Chris Bassett in the Toronto Blue Jays. And otherwise, in Minnesota, the New York Mets are at no score with the Minnesota Twins in the third. Festa versus what's pitching for the Twins right now? So we got the Mets in a no-score game. We got the Tigers and Brewers in a no-score game in the second. A bunch of afternoon games today, Pat.
Oh, my gosh. I always like the afternoon games.
That's because afternoon games happen on these type of days because of travel day. So
Oh, I didn't know that,
yeah,
actually.
usually
Interesting.
Thursdays are travel days for teams. So Houston is
That
up.
makes sense.
Houston's up 1-0 on the Cardinals, in the top of the third, and actually in about 3 hours from now is the Cubs and the red hot San Diego Padres.
Oh, yeah. That's like the only team across the whole MLB that's really just gotten off to a
and
great
then
start.
someone was telling me the other day, they're like, oh, what the best division in baseball is right now? I'm like, I guess you can say that, but we're 19 games of the season. NL West.
Yeah. Oh, my
NL
gosh.
West
Yeah.
is stacked right now.
Yeah, that is a strong
And I guess I
division.
could mention a little bit of what's going on in the NL West.
Yeah, why not?
Since it is right now, it's probably the best division, but it's so early to say that though.
True,
They're
true.
19 games of the season. They're like, oh, this is the best by far. I'm like, you're saying that 19 games into the year. What if you look in like June or July, or you're like bottom of the barrel? I mean, I know it's very unlikely to happen because every team in that division is good.
Yeah.
So,
Pull your Jets, folks.
San Diego is 14-4.
Yeah,
The
that's
Giants
crazy.
are 12-5. The Dodgers are 13-6. The Diamondbacks are 10-7. And unfortunately, the Starlin Rockies 3
Oh my gosh.
3-14.
The Rockies. Yikes.
That's another team that's really small market, doesn't spend a lot of money, and is rebuilding.
Jeez.
So that's a team that's really, going downhill real quick. And
They'll pay you to go to the games. Maybe.
But I wouldn't say that. That's all the way up in Colorado. So
True.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe one day.
Poor Rockies.
But I don't think that's probably not the team I would, I don't get to choose that. But of course, if I had an opportunity to, do something like that, but that's what Pat's just messing with me on that.
Yeah.
But
Rocky
no,
start for the Rockies.
I didn't even realize there was a bunch of a bunch of games going on right now, in the afternoon. So we'll keep a live update on that, before we wrap up on Midday with the Raj in about 13 minutes. But no, we got 4 games going on, actually, so we'll keep an eye out. Actually, the Blue Jays and the Blue Jays and Braves, and like I said, Spencer Strider making his debut pitching
Let's go.
this season, this first start of the season with Atlanta. I know Atlanta's struggling a lot, Pat. They're 5-12 to start
yeah.
off the season, but
Not great.
to be fair, injuries over there too. Acuna's still not back.
Oh, and they haven't even had a homestand yet, really.
No, not
a lot
really.
of away games.
But And it tends to this start of the season where teams are scattered out. Some of them have their homestands early. Some of them have them later.
Yeah. So they might be able to right the ship.
But,
Not
you know,
a great start, though. Wake up.
You could wait, so long in the season. Like I said, Pat, I said a few years ago when the Yankees were 5-10, I wanted to throw in the towel 15 games in the year. A week later, they've won like 7-8 in a row, and they're like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, seriously.
But,
long season.
The Braves could easily go on a streak for sure. And to be fair, it only takes one. So, and you've heard me say that so many times, Pat. So we've covered that clearly.
Yep.
But no, we'll keep in touch with the whole MLB stuff. Pitching for the Sox tonight. I wanted to get back to that because I didn't realize there was a bunch of games going on at this very moment on air. Actually, last week, Pat, I covered the Yankees live updates on air because they were playing an afternoon game.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah, shout out DJ Catloaf, too. Legendary episode.
Absolutely amazing performance by DJ Catlow.
Legendary.
Joan had a great guest. It was a great guest for me.
Yeah,
so.
That was awesome.
And I told her after the NFL draft, we are definitely getting her on this show.
No doubt. No doubt.
Because she's going to give her our Eagles breakdown. And, of course, you'll give the Pats, I'll give the Giants.
There you go.
So, for the Red Sox tonight, it is Sean Newcomb. He is 0-2 with a 4.97 ERA. And for the Rays, it is Zach Little. That is 0-3 with a 6.88 ERA. I know that we're saying this stuff right now, but, early in the season, sometimes starts go a little weird and antsy. But you can't judge a guy. This is only like only a few starts into the season. But, we'll see what happens with the Sox and Rays tonight, who salvages the last game in George M. Steinbrenner in Florida. But other games going on today, we got the Cubs and Padres, like I just said. Boyd, that is Matthew Boyd for the Cubs, 1-1 with a 1.59 ERA.
Wow.
Former Red Sox, Nick Pivetta, 2-1 with a 1.59 ERA going for San Diego.
Wow, he's having a great start.
So far, he's making his money's worth, but yet again, Pat, we are such a long way to go.
True.
For the Guardians taking on the Orioles, we got Gavin Williams, that is 1-0 with a 3.46 ERA, and Dean Kremer, 1-2 with an 8.16 ERA going for Baltimore. For the Washington Nationals, Mitchell Parker is taking the mound with a 2-0 with a 1.96 ERA. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Bailey Falter, 0-2 with a 7.20 ERA. I don't know, Pat. I know it's early in the season, but a lot of these guys' ERAs are up to like the 5s or the 6s.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny, though. Those averages and the stats are always a little crazy at the beginning. There's just not a huge sample. So if a guy had a really good start, he's going to have like a 0 ERA. And if he let up like a few runs, it's like 10 or something. Got to let that settle out.
Bryce Miller, 0-2 with a 4.50 ERA going for Ian's favorite team. I know, Ian, you're listening to me out there. Shout out Ian for coming on a few weeks ago.
Ian. Woo.
For your Seattle Mariners, Bryce Miller taking the mound tonight with an 0-2 with a 4.50 ERA. The Mariners are trying to get to a 500 ball club at 9-9, taking on the Reds. And pitching for the Reds is Nick Martinez. That is 0-2 with a 6.06 ERA.
Wow.
Yet again, Pat, another guy over a 6 ERA.
Oh, my gosh.
I feel like it's all around this whole game schedule thing. So
literally.
Also,
by the way, many are calling Holyoke the Seattle of Western Mass.
Really?
Yep.
Who said that?
Many.
Many people, huh?
Yep, I've heard it.
Scattered around all over the campus?
Yep, I've heard it from a lot of people.
That's interesting.
Yep.
The
Anyways.
Diamondbacks, great little intake from Pat there.
Yep.
Brandon Faffett on the mound for the Diamondbacks, 2-1 with a 3.50 ERA, taking on the Marlins that are 500 with Max Mayer on the bump. That is 1-1 with a 2 ERA. For the red hot San Francisco Giants, taking on Jones' favorite team, the Philadelphia Phillies.
Joan.
Shout out Joan or DJ
Catlow.
Catlow. Robbie Ray 3-0 with a 2.93. A lot better than what we've heard the last like 5 or 6 times that of what I've said.
That's something reasonable.
Let's hear what else. We got Aaron Nola with an 0-3 with a 5.51 ERA going for the Philadelphia Phillies.
All right. Fighting Phils.
The A's and White Sox, we got Oswald Beide with a 1-1 with a 3 ERA. And for the White Sox, we got Jonathan Cannon with an 0-2, 5.79 ERA. So for the Angels and Rangers, we got Jose Soriano, 2-1, 2.7 ERA, 2.70 ERA. For the Rangers, Patrick Corbin, former Washington National, 0-0. Looks like he hasn't got a decision yet for a win, Pat, with a 6.75 ERA. And the last game of the day, I know I haven't really covered that many games like this, but you know what? We were in the moment. We were in the MLB conversation, so why not?
Yeah, why not?
The struggling Colorado Rockies, what we were just talking about, 3-14, taking on the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
Oh, good luck, Charlie.
Yerman Marquez pitching for the Rockies, 0-2, 4.60 ERA. For the Dodgers, Bobby Miller making his first season start.
All right.
For the World Series champ Dodgers at 13-6. So we covered all of the games. Today, tomorrow, the Red Sox do have a day off, like I mentioned to Pat earlier. And then they come back home to face the White Sox for a start at Fenway, starting Friday through Sunday. And for the Yankees side of things, the Yankees will be taking on the Rays starting tomorrow in a 4-game set in George M. Steinbrenner. So, but me and Pat covered MLB. We have 6 minutes left. But Pat, you said the Red Sox beat the Rays in the season to win the series tonight. We know that. Do you think that they're gonna sweep the White Sox starting Friday?
I wouldn't be shocked, Al. Honestly, yeah, the White Sox have really cooled off. They're one of the worst teams in the AL right now.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's another team that is a small market team that doesn't spend.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be shocked. I'm a little surprised that the Sox lost them earlier.
Well, like I said to you,
it'd be a great opportunity to get to the top of the AL East.
Like
tell you that much.
Like I said to you before, I'll say it again. Anyone can be anyone on any given day.
Facts.
So, and that doesn't matter what sport it is, even in the MLB too. Before we get off, there's about 5 minutes left. WrestleMania.
Oh,
is this
I'll let
weekend.
you take this
for
one.
for DJ Damon and DJ Gingy, shout out both of you because this Friday here on campus, not in this studio, but the other studio right across the hall,
Studio B.
we are going to do a WrestleMania preview for both night 1 and night 2. And Peacock will be split in both days. I think it's like 9 hours split, Pat.
Oh my God.
I think between both of them.
Yeah, that's
wild. They're both 2 nights. So I'll be definitely having to cruise in for the important matches after work on Saturday. 100%. I get out at 8. The show will already be starting. So we're going to do a preview on that. We're going to do our our overview. Who's going to win what? What's this? What's that? And we're doing that from 10 a.m. to 10:50 this Friday, April 18th. From 10 a.m. to 10:50, that's this Friday, April 18th, here on campus from 10 a.m. to 10:50. Tune into the DJ, what was the name of it? We named it, if Eric was right in front of me, he could tell me. But, how about we're going to call it the WrestleMania preview?
I like it.
I know that's not the name of it, but,
filler name.
Yeah. No, I think it's the DJ Wrestling. If Dame was in front of me too, I would have been able to say it too.
Oh, that's all right.
But we're gonna call it the WrestleMania preview.
Woo!
Of course, shout out to my boy John Cena. Of course, he's going to make history. I'm predicting this now. Wrestling scripted, so they already know what's gonna happen before.
Yeah.
But I'm predicting John Cena to make history and win his 17th title. So, and he's gonna do it. Wait, I say more as a heel, Pat.
Oh, I love a good heel.
So
I might turn heel.
So maybe say that for another time, though.
Yeah.
But John Cena against Cody Rhodes is this Sunday. That'll be the main event of night 2. I'll name a few matches right now because we got 3 minutes, so why not? I'll give Pat a little overview. Not every match, but I'll name a few for Pat. We got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk in a triple threat match.
Oh.
The main event of night 1. We got Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
For night 1 too.
Okay.
Just to name a couple other matches. We got Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. That will be interesting. That'll be fun. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu is another one. Just to name a couple matches. We got Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. We got Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley for the women's title. Not for a women's title, in a triple threat match at WrestleMania as well. So just to throw in a few in there, but it should be fun. The weekend is going to be jam-packed. We're looking forward to it. I think that, like I said, John Cena makes history. I also wonder what The Rock is going to do in this whole scenario, because considering that he was a part of this entire thing when Cena turned heel. So I wonder what his big playing part is going to be in this. You know, The Rock's a board member of TKO, Pat. So he could be there and we don't even know it. And I wouldn't be shocked if he wasn't. But with his busy schedule, that's the thing. Yeah. So you never know where The Rock can be. He could be in Hollywood making movies, or he could be out making millions on TKO. You don't even know where he can be. So,
busy dude.
He is Dwayne Johnson for a reason.
Yep.
But no, it should be an excited weekend. We have about 30 seconds. My last song is going to be Hey Y'all by the Outcast. I'll save the Coldplay song for next week because we're about to hit 2.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
But about 20 seconds. But Pat, give me your rundown. I know you don't really watch wrestling, but do you think Cena takes the 17th this weekend?
I'm going to say Cena takes the 17th. You swung me on it, Al. I wasn't quite sure, but I'm going to say Cena takes the 17th. No doubt about it. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Midday with the Raj.
We will be back next week, and I will be for sure doing a rundown on what happens if John Cena takes the title.
See you then.
See you then.
Peace.